before, the reason I'm reaching out to this year is because my memory's kind of on the wane. I was saying there, nGall Martin's he's on a visit. Him and Leo the Lips Varadkar are on a visit to nGall to rally the troops and to drop us some useless information about all the jobs that's going to be created. If only we can wait another wee while. nGall Martin is calling for a referendum on the austerity measures, but in the same breath he's saying that we must go along with it. Which leads me to believe that his only interest in all of this is the regeneration of Fianna Fáil. Just the same as the publicity stunt of Ágra Fianna Fáil presenting a cheque for a few euros to St Vincent de Paul and Letterkenny there a few days ago. Do they not realise it's because of them that people are having to go knocking on St Vincent de Paul's door for help in the first place? Tomorrow there's a march over in Gweedore, and that will hopefully get a large crowd there. It's the teachers and children, and we're all to be there to support them. And again, it's from one of the best actors in Gweedore. It's from his office, from one office to the other one. And that actor is Danny McGinley.
And he's the best paid actor in the country.
The best paid actor in the country, surely. So, I'll let someone else I'll say a few words now.
We started to realise that everybody's much up to date as ourselves. So there's plenty of information out there and whatnot, but local people are saying to us, I would say the mood is still not to be paying these charges. But on that, 93% of those eligible for these unjust taxes still haven't registered or paid. That's a huge amount of people. That's well over 1.5 million people who are supposed to be paying. So the message out there is we're still not registering and we're still not paying. The other thing is, as James pointed out, and the austerity measures of this government is not working. Reading an article during the week, a very well-noted economist, a fellow called American called Fál Carrach. Now, when things was going well, all these governments was quoting what he was saying, but when he started telling them austerity wasn't working, he's public enemy #1 now. I wonder why. But he's no friend of the ordinary man, but he points out that in Europe our leaders are still wedded to the economic doctrine responsible for this disaster. So what Fál Carrach was saying to them, if you don't change course, you're going nowhere. You need to put growth into the economy. This government and the last are refusing to do that. I wonder why. I think it's because they would rather bail out their cronies and their friends than to do proper work what a government should be doing, government on behalf of the people. And I'm standing up here talking, funny enough, things come into your mind. We look around our local towns and villages and we look at the people who are not here, that have emigrated, and we look at the rise of unemployment. We need to start to ask what kind of society is it we want, and then we have to ask ourselves the question, what are we going to do to build that society? Giving away taxes to bail out bankers and bondholders is not the way. It's not going to do us any good, or our local towns or local villages. So we have to put a message to this government and say enough is enough, that we're on for fighting back, and whether it's to do through the household taxes or anything else, the fight back has begun, have no doubt about that. If you look at the example back that up, if you look at the case down in Laois, where the sheriff and the guard, they landed to evict a person from their household, a campaign got organised to make sure that sheriff didn't come in. That's a sign of how people in Ireland are fighting back, and there'll be more of this to come. If you consider the amount of people who's deciding to go to Dublin on Wednesday, they're talking about 95 buses from Roscommon alone. There's already 15 buses going from nGall. That's going to be a huge march organised by the Galway people against the septic tank charges. This march could be historic, and it's a sign of times are changing. So anyone who wants to go to Dublin should definitely consider it. Just a few more things in regards to the campaign. We'll be joining the Gweedore once tomorrow, as James said. We'll be taking all our banners and all our placards with us. We hope to see as many as there as we can, because we want to give this government the message that we're all together and we're united in this. And that includes teachers, and that includes any other campaign. Just one thing about the membership. I've been selling memberships, and I've been very reluctant because I hate pushing things on to people. Anyone wants a membership for the campaign, it's a €5 donation towards leaflets and posters, etc., and the setting up of a legal defence. As I said, come and join us tomorrow at Denny's office on the estate. We're going to march down through Gweedore, along with our colleagues in Gweedore and elsewhere, along with teachers, and we're going to show this government that we mean business. Thanks very much.
One pay.